Hi, this is Chris from Orange Coast College's art department doing some simple straight line warm-up exercises. The first thing I want to do is I want to do some connect the dots. And to do that, I'm going to take this Sharpie here and just make a series of dots down the side of my paper on both sides. And all I'm trying to do here is go from one dot to any of these other dots. And I'm going to try to make the straightest line possible. Quick tip, if you're drawing pivoting from your wrist, you're going to have an arc. Even from your elbow, there's going to be an arc. So what you want to do is move from your shoulder and ideally move your whole body. I'm going to lean in here. Move the whole body. But if you can, get your biggest radius, which is from your shoulder. So we want to do this in one shot. Like that. You might not hit it each and every time. We can push and we can pull. Here, I'm going to pull here. And one thing you may notice, or actually it may be hard to notice on video, is I'm not looking at the tip of my pen where it is on the paper. I'm looking at the dot I'm heading to. Now your first one may be like this. That's okay. It's a good place to start. What we're going to try to correct is we don't want to do this. So we don't want to build up that line. We want to take this line, oops, missed a little bit there, and push or pull straight to our dots. So doesn't matter which dot you go to, we just want to sort of bring these all around. So you can see mine aren't perfect, that's all right. But trust me, I'm not looking at my pen. I am looking at the far dot. Oh, there's a big miss. Looks like I've got more dots on this side than that. There we go. That should do it. And I'm moving to be able to roll this. A little bit of a miss. But that's the idea. Now, let's make it a little bit harder. So I've got 6 down that side, 6 down this side. And they're just a little bit further away. This is called ghosting. I'm getting ready to draw by just sort of tracing that through. I go for this long diagonal here. I'm going to wait till I'm feeling right with it. All right. Some folks, you may want to spin your pad. There's a little bit of a miss. Many people have their favorite, ooh, look at that guy, went that direction. Many people have their favorite angle, and so they're going to spin. Mine's around 2 o'clock, but it's good to be able to do it all. So we want to kind of work on that ability. So there's one example of doing connect the dots. The next example I want to show you for straight lines is concentric squares. And I'm going to begin right in the middle of my paper the best I can and draw a 1/4 inch square. And what I want to work on here is even spacing and draw concentric squares around the outside. Even spacing, and I want to try to keep verticals vertical, horizontals horizontal, and as best I can, I want to keep that square proportion so that the verticals are equal to the horizontal. So I'm going to give it a little bit more than maybe a 1/8 inch gap. So altogether with my line weight. It's probably closer to a 1/4 inch. Oops, starting to tilt a little bit here, so I'm going to straighten it out a little bit as I go. Maybe we'll time lapse this and check in at the end. Okay, I think this should be sufficient. And I think what I'm looking for a nice even spacing, straight lines, vertical, horizontal, and square proportion. And one of the ways I know I'm keeping pretty consistent proportion is if this line, you can kind of see implied diagonals. And if these implied diagonals are looking to be 45-degree angles, which I think I'm pretty close to that. My lines are a little wobbly. Part of that's due to the wobbliness of my newsprint, and part of that is the speed at which I'm going. The slower you draw it out, the more of a wobble you're going to get. So these are two great exercises to do over and over again. Don't do them just once, but these are nice warm-ups working on drawing straight lines. All right, now it's your turn. Get to work.